Janet, thank you so much for joining me for the League of Goddesses Spotlight interview today. I am so excited to introduce you to the ladies of the League.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to join.
Wonderful. Okay, so just going to give you a really quick heads up. The first few questions are just going to be super easy and fun. And then as we proceed, we'll dig in deeper. And I know that it'll be really interesting to get to hear your answers. So my first question is, do you have a nickname?
I actually do. When I was growing up, since my name is Janet, the family called me Jan. Didn't really stick. So when I got to the workplace, a lot of the people wanted to make me JJ for Janet Jack, but basically neither one of them really stick. But I still get called Jan often.
Yes, that makes sense to me. And I like JJ, but it's funny how nicknames either stick or they don't. But okay, can you tell us when your birthday is?
Okay, so my birthday is June 24th.
Wonderful. Oh, you know what? Now that you say that, and I have a horrible memory, but I feel like that's my grandpa's birthday. And now after we get off this call, I'm going to have to go check.
It was my grandmother's birthday too.
Was it? Oh, nice. Okay. And then what is your favorite color?
So my favorite color is brown, which is kind of strange, but for chocolate, and also I just like natural colors and I love metallics. So I love like coppers and browns. I love fall colors.
Okay, that makes sense. So have you ever found a really pretty metallic brown?
Yes, definitely. Yes,
oh, nice. I love those neutrals too, because you can pair anything with them. So camel is like my new favorite, which of course I'm wearing today. And I'm wearing hot pink shoes with it. Do you ever pair neons with your browns?
No, but I definitely wear the tans with the bright colors on the shoes for sure. But you are right on trend because that is that color. I just ordered a dress that color.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay, so now tell me, are you a coffee girl or a tea girl?
I am a tea girl. Everybody knows I love my chai tea latte.
Ooh, have you ever, and I just asked another girl this, but have you ever had a dirty chai?
No, because then it would have coffee in it.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so I had one of those for the first time last weekend and I loved it. But yes, if you're a tea girl, you probably wouldn't want that shot.
I actually, around this time of the year, I add eggnog, just a little bit, like instead of creamer.
Oh my God, that sounds lovely. And I have some in my fridge and now I'm gonna have to try it. So eggnog inside your chai tea.
Right, or you can put it in your coffee too. It's so thick, it's almost like a creamer. So it's like really good.
That makes sense. You know, I had actually just made last week some eggnog that was dairy-free because I'm lactose intolerant. And the recipes online are amazing. I'm like, you can really just Google anything these days and come up with what you're looking for.
Right, they have it.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so now tell me, if you could only pick one, what would it be? A book, podcast, or a blog?
Definitely a book.
A book. Me too. And I have to ask you this question because you said book. Do you like to smell them?
Yeah, I do. Yes. And I have all of my books from back when I was in college and my first job. They're all here.
It makes me like, really, I thought I was the only weird person that did that. And every girl that I've asked has been like, yes, I do like the smell of books.
Also, too, I like big, giant coffee table books that have some interesting, either a designer or something, you know, it's definitely my favorite to see books laying around.
Oh, me too. They're awesome. Okay, so tell me then, what is your favorite book of all time? If you could only take one on a deserted island with you.
Okay, so my favorite book of all time, it happens to be recent, is Becoming by Michelle Obama. I actually love the book, love the fact that she takes us from the beginning to today and everything that she did to find her voice and, you know, to survive in the world with, you know, a strong husband and, you know, being a woman of color. So I enjoy it and I want to read it again. I actually listened to it the first time.
Really? That's awesome. You know, I haven't had a chance to read that and you just gave such a nice description. So I will have to pick that one up and see. Thank you for that. And now can you tell me, and I know you said this one was kind of recent for you, but is there a book that you feel like right now is just hitting it home for you?
What's hitting it home for me right now? I would probably say I don't have one that, I mean, that's the most recent one. So yeah, you have to cut this out.
No, that's understandable. And lots of times that it seems like, and maybe this is just for me, but whatever I'm reading at the moment, I'm enthralled. And I'm just like,
Yes.
this is my favorite book.
I'm actually reading a lot of online courses. I'm learning a lot about, because my business is marketing and I've typically had people do social media for me. So I'm just really taking some of the courses to just understand how things are evolving, especially now in the COVID area, how you market yourself and, how you brand is really, one of the things that I teach people. So I want to make sure I know how it's evolving.
Oh, that's very, very intriguing and very smart of you. And you also just got to my next question. So my question is, can you tell us a little bit about your business and what you do?
Okay. So I spent many, many years in corporate in marketing and branding and being a buyer. So for many years. So I recently moved back to Dallas and started my own company where I'm helping people that either are starting a line or who need to scale their line, or they need to define their vision for their brand. And I also do some selling and I help do some connecting for people to find partners to help scale their brands. A lot of times people start their brands and their products and they don't really know who they're going to sell it to. They haven't explored their markets. I help them think it through and really kind of put them on a course of scaling and growing and really adapting to the new environment that we're in.
I love that. Just because I'm so curious, how do people find you when they need you?
I didn't tell you the name, but it's called A-List Branding. And actually a lot of word of mouth, a lot of people in the industry, but I'm on LinkedIn. I have a website that really, I'm just relaunching that really details all the things that I do. One of the new things that I'm doing while COVID has started is a lot of people are looking at themselves and they have a brand, but they're not marketing themselves specifically. So I help them to define and to show their own brand and elevate it and get it ready for marketing.
That makes a lot of sense. I love it. Thank you for sharing that. Now, can you tell me, what is your bliss? What makes you the most happy?
Well, moving back to Dallas and living near my daughter, I think I'm only 4.6 miles away with her and her my four grandchildren live there. And also just being at home in a house that is really a great setting, something that I was able to refurbish and kind of put together exactly like me. So I just love being at my own house.
That is beautiful. And I can relate to that. I feel like maybe a lot of people could, because when you walk in, you're just like, oh, this is an extension of me. And it just feels like you, right?
Right.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to switch gears just a tad. Can you tell me, why did you join the League of Goddesses?
Okay. Well, I got a special invitation from you and I thought, wow, let me look into this. And I like the fact that it's a group of women that are at a similar point in their lives as I am in terms of a balance between family and the work they do, but a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of women that are looking to find their passion in what they do, not just their personal life, but in their business. So I love the fact that we're all sharing ideas and sharing what we do and getting each other inspired.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Can you tell me, and you kind of hit it on the head just now, but maybe there's a little bit more. What do you hope to attain from the League?
I hope to find some partnerships in business, but also personally in Dallas, being away so long and coming back. I have quite a few friends from high school and college, but I really don't have a lot of new friends, or I'm not really finding, especially working from home, the connection. So I thought it would be great to be able to spend time and to collaborate and just have fun. It sounds like we're going to have fun.
I think that is, yes, I agree with you. And that's one of our main goals. So I'm so excited because I feel like we can definitely bring that to your life. And you're right. It is, I can only imagine that it would be really hard to connect just as an entrepreneur who doesn't go to an office every day. But then also with COVID, it's like, oh man, that just definitely makes it much harder when you move. So I'm so happy that we were able to find each other. LinkedIn is a wonderful thing.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so now can you tell me, what do you hope that you can contribute to the league? What are the special gifts that you bring?
Well, I think a lot of people come to me for life coaching or decision making or just, ideas. And I think that I'm very intuitive. I can really, assess kind of where somebody's where their strengths and their skill set might be. So I'm hoping that I can bring an open mind and someone to bounce ideas off of.
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. And I think one of the kindest gifts that you can give somebody is just a space to be, right?
Right.
Lots of times we don't need much more than just to be seen and a space that we feel safe that we can operate in and be seen. So I think that's a beautiful gift. And I know that it's going to come in very handy there. Okay, so now can you tell me who is important in your life?
Well, number one is my daughter. I have one daughter, and she's been like a best friend and someone that I can bounce things off of, and someone that really knows me well, the good and the bad, whatever. She's a great person for insight on whatever project it is, being work or interacting with friends or just life. I really have a great partner in my daughter, a great friend.
That's beautiful. You can tell by the way that you speak about her that you view her as your equal and someone who can contribute to your life. That's really beautiful in a mother-daughter relationship to see that it can grow into that, once they're older, and that's really nice. Okay, this question I always really enjoy because there's two ways that you can take it. The question is, what dream have you made come true? And this could be a personal dream of yours or even a dream of someone else's that you've helped.
I guess for myself, and I kind of hit on this earlier, living where I want to live, being near family, and now being my own boss and being able to do what I want to do. I've made lots of money for corporations. I've been very successful, but I was only able to get so far. But now if I can think it, I can make it happen. That's kind of my model for my company, make it happen. And making it happen for myself puts me in a great space to help other people and find what their dreams are. And that is something that I like to do, is help people find their dreams, because I really feel like I have mine. I'm enjoying it.
That is beautiful. And I think if we had more people in the world that felt like they had their dreams come true and could help others, it would be an even more beautiful place. So that's lovely. And you have such a good background in history in what you've done. So you really have a lot to bring to the table for people that are just starting out with products and trying to figure out, hey, how do I make this happen?
That's right. I'm going to help you with your shoe brand.
I know, girl. I already told my husband, I was like, Dad, there's this woman that I met, and I'm definitely going to need to go to some art classes because my drawing skills are like a 6-year-old. But I'd imagine that you can learn to draw shoes, stilettos, and then after you have that down, it shouldn't be so difficult to just design them in different.
If you have a great taste level and you know what you like, I think you can inspire a designer to work with you.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yes.
See, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yes.
Janet, this is total sidetrack, but are you coming to the end of your party?
I'm planning on it, if I'm able and everything is, okay for us to go to attend events, and it's, I'm sure I know it's going to be safe, whatever.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Good. Because then we can talk about shoes all night.
Oh, yeah. I've got something to send you that's going to just blow you away. One of the things that I talk about a lot is my quest for the best. So that I didn't mention Stanley Marcus's book, A Quest for the Best. And of course, us being Dallas girls and Neiman Marcus, that's where I started my my career. But that inspired me to find the best and the best quality. And sometimes it doesn't mean that, you have to go to Europe. It may be right here at home. We can just somebody inspired to make something that is definitely worthwhile and really something that you can enjoy when someone really puts their heart into whatever it is.
Yes, it's almost like you can feel the excellence in the product because the person strove so hard to make sure that there was excellence in what they produced.
Exactly. Yes,
I
thank
feel
you.
that you can actually feel that. And when you trade money for either an object like that, or sometimes it's also in actual people's work. So you're not getting necessarily, an object that you're taking. But I was speaking with someone about this, and I feel that when you make that trade, it never feels like you paid enough. You're always just like, I got such a deal, because you can feel that excellence behind it and that desire. And I love when I find items, products, or people to do business with that feel that way, because it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
that's definitely something that I make a priority.
Beautiful. Well, I'm excited to learn about how you do it, and just all the ways that you go about it. It's very intriguing to me. So I'll stop and get back on point.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. My next question is, what does your heart most desire at this time?
My heart most desires kind of peace for everyone, inner peace, peace for the world, of course, but just to feel at peace with themselves and to understand that, everything isn't going to be perfect, but it's like you have to find joy in whatever your situation is, because you can, stress can be the worst thing for you physically and also for you mentally. And if you just can't let stress take you over, I see that happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So inner peace.
That's beautiful. And I think one of the things that I've had to learn is that it's already there in you. You just have to access it. We all have it. It's just whether or not we're going to let our outside circumstances steal it from us or cloud our vision of it.
Right. Acceptance of what you can't change and what you have control over.
That's beautiful. I like that. Okay. So now tell me, Janet, if you weren't Janet and you were speaking to a girlfriend about Janet, how would you describe her?
I would probably say she's somebody that you can talk to and she will listen, and you can have a two-way conversation because she definitely listens intently and can give you good feedback. So I would recommend Janet.
I love it. That's one of my favorite questions, because I'm always like, ooh, that one's such a cool one. How do you perceive yourself, right?
Right.
Okay, so now tell me, and this question is pretty intense, and I'm very excited to hear your answer, but what vision do you have for the future of humanity? If you could make anything happen, what would it be?
My vision would be that everyone, all people would get along together and would accept each other's differences, accept each other's ideas, and that judgment and preconceived opinions would be left in the background, that people would be open-minded and I guess open to other people and to embrace all people.
It's beautiful. And the more interviews I do, the more that I realize so many of the women in the league have that same desire. It's really beautiful, because I'm doing more and more of these and I'm getting to hear y'all's thoughts. And it's such a unique thing that it's a chord through everyone.
Right. Well, I think it's a good time for reflection on that. I think everybody needs to think about the world and not just themselves and their particular situation.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's something to be thankful for with COVID. It's given people, kind of forced them, like, hey, you need to take a deeper look, and here's the time to do it. So it's been interesting from that regard. Can you tell me, does your vision for humanity affect your decision-making processes?
I think it does every day, because I do a lot of mentoring and a lot of helping and a lot of listening and a lot of trying to understand what's going on and understand other people's experiences and opinions. So yeah, definitely. I think I'm at a point where I get to choose what I want to do personally and what I want to do for my business. And I want to make sure that I'm able to help all people, people starting out. And it's one of the first things that I do when I assess a client is like, is this somebody I just really need to help? Or is this somebody that, could be a client that is really, a business opportunity? Because if it's not just a business opportunity, then how can I help this person?
Oh, that's beautiful. It's really nice that you actually think about that. Like, hey, maybe they just need some help.
Yes. Or maybe I just need them to think through what they're doing, or maybe this isn't the right time. So I don't look at everything as a business opportunity. I look at it as an opportunity to help someone with an important decision.
I love that because I like to give the same way. And so for me, it's very fun, but I call it selfish giving because it makes me so happy. I'm like, you might be getting something good out of it, but I'm getting a lot of good out of it too.
Right.
So I imagine for you, helping feels like similar to that because you're giving. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Can you tell me, how have you implemented actions into your business that help create this vision for humanity that you have?
I would say by making, charitable causes and mentoring a priority, not just something that's nice to do. That's how I'm making it an action and making sure that it's even, made it as a part of my website that, the A-list branding or the A-team likes to give back. How do we give back? That's an important part of it. It's how do we give back to, like I said, people that need it, but are there charities that need our help, fundraising? What can I do? So I make that an important part of my goals for the year.
Oh, I like that. Is there a charity that you're specifically aligned with for 2020?
Actually, yes, I am a board member of Celebration of Life organization, and it's basically it's for cancer survivors who need our help, and particularly women that maybe don't have the means, or diverse women who maybe don't have all of the information. So we do a yearly drive, a walk that we do to raise money. And I would say this year we exceeded, even having our walk virtual. Wow. And also I put together a team, and I think we have like 5 or 6 board of directors, and our team actually raised the most money and the most awareness. So I do make it a priority, and I'm looking, there are a couple other boards I'm waiting to hear that I am, one that's pretty big in Dallas that I'm hoping to work with next year.
Oh, how beautiful. I've never been on a board of anything like that. And so that also really interests me. Like, how do you do it, and what are your responsibilities, and what kind of opportunities does it give you to give back? So that's another topic for our ladies' night.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Yeah, I'm just starting, but I think there are many opportunities, and there are some groups actually of women that are making it a priority to help women get ready for board positions. I've just joined a group there too. So there's
that's really
definitely cool. I think by us collaborating and talking about what we find out there, I think it'll be great sharing both ways. Great for me to find out some new things from you guys, and hopefully I can bring some things to the table.
That would be lovely, because I think us taking active roles and things like that is just so important. And maybe we just haven't been trained, and we just need to figure it out and find where we fit and how to plug in. So I would appreciate that. Lovely. Okay, so I am to my last question, and this one is one of my favorites. If you could share just one piece of advice or a tip that someone has given you that just changed your paradigm or your world, what would it be?
Okay. The one tip that probably affected me the most came from my mother when I was growing up. My mother was a housewife, and she had 5 children. And she said, Janet, I want you to make sure that you get yourself an education, that you are preparing yourself to take care of yourself, that it's great to have a partner, and it's great to have, friends or whatever, but you should always make sure that you take care of yourself, and that you have backup plans, not financially, and just in all aspects in case something goes wrong, because you can really only count on yourself.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Well, Janet, thank you so much for your time. I have really enjoyed getting to know you better, and I look forward to continuing to build a friendship with you in the future. And I am so excited to post this on the League so that the other ladies can get to know you better.
All right. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.